I'm Carolyn Woodruff, Woodruff Family Law Group, Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm here to talk to you today about a reader's question in Ask Carolyn of the Rhino Times concerning PPP 1 and how it relates to the issue of child support modification. The particular reader was in an industry that was hard hit by COVID-19, such as the restaurant industry. The business owner received funds for PPP 1, and the funds were now forgiven. These come out as a promissory note, and when you apply for forgiveness, you will get a canceled promissory note. So how does this relate to North Carolina child support modification? Because I think there will be a lot of confusion among the judges on how to treat PPP money for child support purposes. So there's no real precedent yet in the North Carolina appellate courts with regard to how to treat PPP loans. We don't have any historic thing that is at all like this to look at. So here's the way that I look at it as a North Carolina CPA. When you receive the PPP loan, you made a loan, you sign a promissory note. That is debt. So it goes on your balance sheet as a loan payable. And of course, you're intaking cash from the loan. Now, there are a lot of government restrictions on how you must use that PPP money. And the primary purpose of PPP 1 was employee retention. So a business owner can't just take this PPP money and pocket it. It has to be used for certain kinds of expenses, such as employee retention of your other employees and your rent or similar kinds of business necessity payments. So what can the business owner take himself? If the business owner was making more than $100,000 a year, the maximum amount that the owner can deposit in his own account as payroll for personal use is $8,333.33. That is $100,000 divided by 12. And that would be for during the forgiveness period and is required to be shown in the application for forgiveness. So if the business owner takes more money than that, the loan is not going to be forgiven. And to my knowledge, loans are not income under any precedent that we have out there for child support. And I think it's that law that you have to look to. If a business owner goes to a bank and buys a loan or applies for a loan from a bank and they get the loan, then that money is not income for child support purposes. So the tricky part is that the PPP 1 at some point does transition into a grant if the owner has used the money appropriately. And people are applying for forgiveness as this video is being made and it's being granted. At that point, the grant is still not income because it had to be used to be paid certain types of expenses, not put in the owner's pocket. So to me, the accounting for this would be, and this is more technical than probably some of you want to hear, but counting step 1 is when you get the loan for the PPP money, it is a balance sheet asset account, debit to cash, and credit to loans payable. When you follow the rules as a business owner and you get forgiveness, then the loan is reversed on the balance sheet. It doesn't go on the income statement. So the debit would be the loan payable to reverse it. and the credit would be to some kind of owner's equity account. So I guess the bottom line of what you need to remember is loans are not income. And what makes this tricky is the loan becomes a grant, but it can only become a grant if the owner has followed the rules, and the rules prohibit the owner using the money for himself, except to the extent of a maximum of $8,333.33 per month. And if the owner was not making more than $100,000 in the year, probably would be year 2019, then the amount that could be taken by the owner personally is much less. It's proportionate to whether or not you were making more than 100 or less than 100. I hope that answers some of your questions. This is Carolyn Woodruff talking about PPP1, and we'll probably have some more information on this as it develops. See ya.